What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Principles Podcast. Today, we got a very special guest, Dubai's very own exotic car king, Ahmed Mansour. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
How you doing? Alaikum salam, brother. How are you?
I'm doing really well, brother. And I'm really glad you came out. Thanks for,
most welcome. Appreciate it.
Connecting with us. Actually, I saw your page about 2 years ago because I was planning on coming to Dubai and I saw that you were the guy to talk to. But after following your journey for a minute, not only am I inspired, I kind of see how you're taking the beautiful country of Dubai and really navigating it and using it like kind of like the American dream, but over here in the UAE. So go ahead, if you want to give a quick intro on yourself, that'd be awesome.
So for the people that are watching that don't know me, my name is Ahmed Mansour. I own Luxury Supercar Rentals Dubai. We're the biggest in the Middle East. We've got over 100 cars, including Bugattis. We've pretty much got everything in the market. I've been here for the last 5 years. I moved over from Sydney, Australia. And for the last 5 years, all I've been doing is hustling.
So let me ask you this. How'd you get started? Why'd you pick cars specifically?
Cars, because I'm passionate for cars. And I always say if you follow your passion and you commit to it, you can make something out of it. So there's people that are artists, like, for example, Alex Monopoly. He loved to do art. Look where he is now. And he's happy doing what he does. So with me, it's about cars. Some people like real estate, they love flipping homes and they love what they do. For me, it's about cars. So I thought, even if I don't rent cars, I keep them as a collection. And if it does work out, if the rentals work, I can make money out of it and make it as a business. So I sort of took a risk, and I knew, like, if I'm buying cars to set up the business, worst case, I sell the cars if I fail. Wherein if you go all in something else, like a restaurant, and you spend 2-3 million and the business doesn't work out, you lose 2-3 million. At least right. I said, I'll do with the cars. Yeah, I got the asset there. And real estate's okay as well. Like if you buy a property, worst case, it drops a bit, you hold on for a bit, the market goes back up, you sell it. So I seen it as a safe investment, and especially coming to a new country, you want to know what you're doing. Like you can't just go in, and if you go in blind and you don't know the locations and open something different than rent a car, it was a bit of for me, it was like, no, I have to do cars.
Makes sense. How was that transition process from Australia to coming to Dubai?
The first year was a struggle, learning everything. Like when they tell you we need an ajari, well, what's an ajari? Ajari is like a rental agreement. And we because we're from Australia, it's different. Like it's like a lease. Here they call it ajari. Like all the words are different, and being an Arab country, the system's different. So it took a while to get used to it, and getting everything on the right track, and then eventually it just falls into place. But I think going anywhere in the world and moving to any other country, it's a sort of same. Shock. Yeah, it's a different process. Yeah, at least here it's ultra modernized, and it's a lot like the technology is very advanced. So I feel like here it was easier than going to another country, and at least I speak their language. So that was a bit of a boost for me.
Did you feel at home when you moved over here?
Man, I've felt home since I've moved here. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Oh, I love that.
I travel when I come back to Dubai. I'm like, no, my holiday is in Dubai, So like I travel Europe, I'll go everywhere. I've been to, the only place I haven't been is to the States.
Yeah, we're moving everybody from the States.
Yeah.
We're blessed to grow up over there, but Dubai is just, to some people it's a fantasy land, right? When we come over here, we see opportunity, we see culture, we see education, and we see a home base. Because I feel at home. It's crazy because my girlfriend, she's from Iraq, so she speaks Arabic. I speak Urdu. So you got English, Arabic, Urdu. Everyone's over here. We feel at home.
If you speak Urdu, you got a long way in this country.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the workers and a lot of the businesses are run by people from Pakistan or India. And if you speak their language, you can go very far. Absolutely. With us, that was our struggle, language barrier. When people ring me and they're speaking Urdu to me on the phone, I'm like, hey, hold on a minute. I can't understand you.
Was there more Urdu speakers or Arabic speakers?
More Arabic speakers, but sometimes when you want things done, like a lot of the builders and a lot of the companies that you deal with, printing companies, labor companies, all of them are pretty much run by Indians or Pakistanis. So even Filipinos. So if you speak their languages, man, you can go a long way.
Love it. So tell us about the venture that you started. You got into cars, the journey of luxury supercars in Dubai. How did that go?
First 2 years was a struggle, like I said. I started off with a small business in Business Bay, like a small showroom inside a hotel. Had my cars parked outside, and we started off there with about 7-8 cars, and then now we're on 100 plus. After 2 years, I started to venture out. I opened a chauffeur company. And from the chauffeur company, we've opened other businesses now. So now I have like 4 or 5 companies that are all mine. And
they're all in that same ecosystem though, right?
Same ecosystem. So it's all run around tourism plus real estate. So we've just started the real estate company because we realized there's money there.
Absolutely. So what other verticals do you have besides the chauffeur?
We have the luxury desert adventure. So that was my brother's. And now we've taken over. The luxury group has taken over. So we've got the desert camp, and he had jet skis. My brother's got the luxury jet skis. So he's still got that. And that's about it, man. So like, if you want a car, we've got it. You want a buggy, we have it. You want to go to the desert safari, we've got it. You know, you want a real estate property, we've got it. Like, it's a one-stop shop.
Oh, I love it.
You want a chauffeur, we've got it.
Nice. Yeah, we're actually thinking about getting a Sprinter van. So very good, lucrative business, bro. So talk to me about this. What was that breakthrough point when you said 2 years was a struggle? When did you break through to the next level?
After COVID, because when COVID hit, we all went into panic mode. Everyone did, everyone around the world. And then with us, it was like, what do we do now? Cars are parked, we're paying insurance, we're paying rent. There's no tourists coming to Dubai. The locals usually have cars and they don't really want to drive a Ferrari. They probably own one. So I'm like, what do we do now? We wait. So after we waited about 2 months, bang, oil of a sudden on TV, open for tourism, the first country in the world, everyone flocked over to Dubai. It got so busy. And then our business just went from like 0 to 100, and then cars out the door every single day. We had to buy more cars and more cars and more cars because everyone else was restricted around the world. So if you're living in France or you're living in Europe, you're stuck, you can't leave your house. You're in COVID, you're in lockdown, and you've got this money saved in your account, and you just want to go and like let yourself go. And the only way you can do that is come to Dubai and spend your money. So these guys were all coming over. Hotels were fully booked. Everything was full capacity. Restaurants, even if it was in the heart of the summer, 50-degree weather, people were here. It was packed.
No mask or anything like that?
They only had the mask. Yeah, you had to wear the mask for social distancing and stuff. But then they started to ease that off. But people were still renting cars. People were still going out. Everything was normal.
Wow, that's incredible.
Everyone they were obeying the rules that they had, like the social media distancing and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, not social media, social distancing. Yeah. That was fine. There was not many people got fined because everyone here, they respect the law here. They respect everything here.
That's one thing about Dubai, man. The ecosystem that they've set up, the infrastructure, everyone respects the laws. Yes. That's why you have no crime rate.
Yeah, 100%.
How's living in Dubai compared to any other part of the world?
Man, that question, I get it a lot. To be honest, it's the best place to live. UAE is the best place to live. And I've been to a lot of places. Even like on a holiday, when you come to UAE, you fall in love. And then you come again, you still have that same feeling. When you go to other places, you can go to maybe Europe 2-3 times to the same place, then you get over it. With UAE, it's different. It's respect here. The culture is nice. The food is amazing. The law is benefit for everyone. You want to grow kids up in this country, they grow up with respect. I see other kids from other countries, like they come to visit or I see them come to my showroom with their parents and stuff. You can just see they're not brought up the same as you. It's just completely different.
One thing that we touch on in Principles Academy is parenting. How important, you're a parent yourself.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
How important has kind of Dubai shaped that role of parenting and giving your kids a good environment to grow up in?
100%, man. Like back home, my little cousins and stuff, we've got a big family. And man, at 3 years old, man, they're swearing and they're running amok. Here, you don't see that, man. My son doesn't swear. And if he does swear, he knows it's a bad word. Like he knows it's wrong. And he will tell me, oh, Daddy, I'm sorry. I said the wrong word. You don't get that. Like it's completely different. The way they grow up here, the way they teach them here, that was one of the biggest things why I moved here, especially what's going on with the world out there. And, I don't want to talk too much about the topics, but yeah.
No, absolutely. So raising a child, being a father, and you see these things happening in other parts of the world, how does that make you feel?
I feel better that I'm raising my son here, but I feel sorry for the people that are getting raised in the wrong countries. But that's their choice at the end of the day. If they want to fix their choice, they can come here, they can move to another country.
So someone from the outside coming in, I'm moving my whole family in the next few months. What advice or tips would you give me?
It's probably the best thing you've ever done. And you'll feel it. You'll take time and you'll settle in. Yeah, it can cost, like with Australia, they give you benefits, they give you free schooling, they give you all that kind of stuff. Where here, none of that's for free. You have to pay for it all. But when you balance it, man, most of the kids here, if you see their degrees and you see what they're achieving, you just Google students, what they're achieving, and it's like they're all graduating, they're going to uni, 99% success rate, 98% success rates. There's no, like the school that my son goes to, tag in, tag out. They know you're at school, you get notified on your phone. This technology that we have that, but they don't use it in Australia, or they don't use it anywhere else in the world. Maybe a private school, but a public school don't.
We definitely don't use it in the States.
If you want, the school bus picks him up. For example, I got a driver, so I take him to school, but the school bus picks him up, they tag on the bus, you got live tracking system to follow the bus. You see the bus go into the school, he tags in class, he can't jig school, he can't leave school. And
is that general schools or is that all schools?
Maybe 90% of the schools here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes me comfortable.
So yeah, it makes you comfortable. They got cameras on the bus, you got cameras everywhere, like schools got cameras, there's no issues. They've got assistant teachers where, every 10 students there's a teacher. Some of them have 3 teachers in one room. At least your son's going to be or daughter's going to be looked after. Like, main focus is on the children,
Biggest thing with us over there in other parts of the world is when you leave your kids with other people for 8-9 hours, you don't know what indoctrination systems they're being taught, and their minds are being programmed in the wrong way. So when they come back, it's like, damn, I got to unprogram, reteach. It's
100%. How old are your kids?
So I have a stepson that's 14.
14. Oh,
Yeah, so so he's in that age, middle school, high school, going to that era. But we actually pulled him out of school last 6 months. I've been homeschooling him because I'm an entrepreneur by trade. I read books, I attend conferences, 100%. I have online learning. So he has his curriculum set up for the day. He trains MMA. So last 2 years he's been training Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. So we have our routine, and anytime I go to conferences and events, I'll travel to Vegas or Miami or LA. I bring him with me.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to take him with you.
Yeah.
I take my son to work every day. He walks through the showroom, he'll tell you every single car. At 3.5, he'll like, this is a Ferrari, this is a Lamborghini, this is a Bentley, this is a Rolls Royce. Like, he knows. And when he sees a car on a recovery, he seen my Bugatti the other day on the recovery, Dad, your car's on the truck, why is it on the truck? Like, man, 4 years old. And he's like, wow, that's my car, Daddy, that's my car.
There we go.
Yeah. So like, when it comes to schooling, I left school when I was 15.
Oh, you didn't finish?
Yeah, I didn't finish. Okay. I didn't even go to uni. I didn't even go to high school. So I was in high school, but I didn't go to like year 11 or year 12. I dropped out in year 10, which is around 15 years old, 16 years old.
What were you doing?
I started working at Macca's. That was my first day. I was hustling. Like, I was trying to make money. Like, I thought, why go to class? Or like, man, even if you look today, my friends that went to uni and studied their ass off, one of them's doing electrician, for example, by trade. One of them is a plumber. Like, you studied, you did all this university. Like, my other cousin was the first guy to find a special cell in a, like, they do the tests on the rats and stuff. In a mice. He found a special cell in the brain, and he's gone to uni, and he teaches people at uni as a school teacher. He's only on $2,000 a week, for example.
Wow.
Like, it doesn't matter what you study or how far you go. Sometimes you can't crack what you're trying to achieve.
Was that in Australia, the education system? Interesting, because in the United States, unlike a lot of entrepreneurs, I went to college. I got 2 degrees. But if I look back, I would not attend again. My children's children, my little brothers, hey, college, unless you don't have any plan, sure, do that. You want to be a doctor, accountant, lawyer, whatever, cool. But there's so many alternative ways to make money. Would you say that mentorships and learning by experience have been a big part of your
100%. Yeah, 100%. And like, if you go and work for a salary, for example, like, say you are a doctor, you might be earning 200K a year, 300K a year, $500,000 a year. Man, you can open a business and make that a month. So sometimes you don't need to go and study all these and when you go to business class and they're teaching you how to open a business and set up everything, it's like, man, why are you here teaching me? You're probably on a salary anyway. And
they've never run a business, and they're teaching you how to run a business.
Exactly right. So, man, I left school. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I achieved. I work hard every day, same routine. From this podcast, I'm going to the office, be there till 6, meetings back to back. And then I've got someone coming from the Sheikh's office, I think in Ras Al Khaimah, coming to meet me today. Wow. They must have heard of who we are, what we do. And in Ras Al Khaimah, everyone knows they might be opening a casino there. It's been approved.
Really?
So they maybe want to push a rent-a-car there because they heard me in my last podcast talking about opening a rent-a-car in Ras Al Khaimah.
How far is that?
1.5 hours.
Which side is it? Is it Sharjah side or Abu Dhabi side?
Abu Dhabi side.
This side.
Yeah. Wait. I'm still learning too. I think Sharjah side.
Oh, Sharjah.
I think so. I don't know, man. I usually stay in Dubai.
Oh,
I haven't been anyway. Probably Sharjah I've been once. Umm Al-Quwain I've been once. Ras Al Khaimah I went the other day for a wedding, and that I think was towards Sharjah side, towards Umm Al-Quwain side. Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, very interesting. So with you doing what you do, how important was your network?
Networking is very important, and like I said at the start, we got ripped off by so many people trying to come in and act like they know everything and they'll help you and all this kind of stuff. A lot of people can be here just to make money. Like, a lot of people that move to Dubai are only here to make money. They're not here to make friends or network. And some people are greedy and all that kind of stuff. But the people that we deal with now got a good circle, and I use the same people for everything. Like, we all feed off each other. So if someone wants to buy a car, for example, I'll put him onto my other friend. He sells cars. He's a wholesaler. So they all buy off him. If someone wants to open a trade license, I put him onto my other friend. If someone wants to do something else, I put him onto my other friend. And then same goes to me. If someone needs a car, they send me clients.
A little referral network.
Yeah, little referral. Yeah, we help each other.
The thing is, it's all trusted. It's all vetted.
Very trusted.
No one has to go and do
no way in the world anyone will get ripped in that circle. That's how we built it like that. For example, people selling UFC tickets the other day. People tell me, yeah, but I get it 1,000 dirham cheaper. I'm like, okay, go. If you get refused at the door, don't call. Like, you're gonna have a problem, because last year people were buying UFC tickets, going to the event, they were fake tickets. Like, at least when you're buying it from us or from my people, it's a trusted source. If something goes wrong, I'm in the middle. I'll vouch on it. Like,
right. You put your name on it.
Yeah, I put my name on it. Exactly right. So our whole circle in anything that's got to do with Dubai, from real estate to investments to pretty much PRO work, to anything that you need. If you get a contact from our circle, it's legit, you know?
Wow. And that's
why when you said we talk about principles, that's the principle that we have. If anyone we don't like that kind of stuff. We are straight people.
Boom.
You know?
Exactly. So how do you, and you know, it's crazy to even think about that there's scammers even in Dubai, right? I guess you can't avoid them any part of the world. How do you protect yourself from such things?
Whoever you're doing business with, do a background check online, check their reviews. If it's a company, ask for their trade license, see if it's still active. If you feel a bit negative about the company, ask someone else that maybe knows them.
Right?
Ask for a referral, yeah, or ask them proof that they've done something before like that. That's the biggest way you can avoid the big issues. And that's about it, man. Like, they've cracked down on those people that are doing those little scams. There's not many of them, but there's always that one that's probably living here, going downhill, needs to make a bit of money, and then probably wants to go back to his home country or something. They're the ones you got to watch out for. That's why I always check their trade license, see how long they've been running business for, check their reviews, check all that kind of stuff. That's about it, man.
Absolutely. If you can give your 18-year-old self advice, what would you tell him right now at this point? Knowing what you know, accomplishing what you accomplished already.
The thing is, some people tell me, like, I had a message the other day on Instagram saying, hey, brother, you know, I've had 24 jobs in the last 3 years and all this kind of stuff that I need help. I didn't reply straight away because I was a bit busy. Then I replied to him the next day. I'm like, listen, never give up. If you have to work in a job, even if you don't like the job, it's fine. You got to do it. It is what it is. Save your money.
Just a stepping stone.
Save that money to do your side hustle. And from your side hustle, eventually you open up your own business, and then you will not need that job anymore. But if you have to work as a cleaner, you have to work as a bartender, if you have to work, I've tried everything, man. Yeah. I've done everything.
Oh, really?
I've done courier driving, I've done bartending, I've done basically a lot of jobs that I've tried, and I failed I just, that the money wasn't right, the boss wasn't right, all that kind of,
just learning
it was just enough to at least start not digging into my savings, you know, because that savings needs to go up so you can expand and do something on your own if you don't have that support or if you don't have an investor. And then there's some people, man, they have people that want to invest and they don't want to work. I have people that my friends have rich dads, they don't even go to work. They sit at home all day. And it's like, man, take your dad's empire, grow it, make money for yourself. Like,
when you see people like that,
man, I get I don't know what to say. I don't want to say anything, man. You get pissed off, man.
Yeah, it's. I think sometimes like people don't understand how blessed they are, you know, and especially, you know,
100%.
We come to a country, when we go to third world countries, you know, Costa Rica, Bali, this and that has a good crowd, but it also has the poverty crowd,
of course,
right?
yeah.
You can see, you get a wake up call. You're like, hey, these people have less than us. They don't have the watches, the cars, the clothes, 100%. The dinners, and they're so happy and present 100%. And grateful. So how do you combine the two? Taking, you know, the greater life, the lifestyle that everyone wants, plus being grounded and holding gratitude and, you know, respect and connection to the universe.
So the thing is, a lot of people don't understand. They think that money buys happiness. It doesn't. Yeah, it gives you freedom. Yeah, it gives you the opportunity to buy things that you want and all that kind of stuff. But does it actually make you happy? No, it doesn't. Especially when you do see poor people out there and you see how they're living. It's sometimes money is nothing, to be honest. But you do need it to have a better life. And
money's a tool.
Yeah, money's a tool.
You have to use the
100%.
tool. You can't let the tool use 100%.
You. 100%. So now what's going on in the world, I haven't been posting because of what's happening, you know, obviously in Gaza and in Israel and the Middle East, which has been happening for a long time. That's affected me a lot. So I haven't been posting online. I keep my opinion to myself, and that's the best way to think about it. But like seeing little kids without money, without beds and all that, it hurts. Especially the way I live and the lifestyle I live. It's like, don't complain, you know?
Absolutely. The thing is, we want to make the income so we can make the impact.
100%.
You know? You have to have both. A lot of people chase the money because money is just a tool. It amplifies who you
100%.
are. If you're going to be stingy or jealous or a broke mindset, more money is just going to make you more jealous, more stingy, more rude. It's not gonna fix your problems.
100%.
But what can we do when we get this money? How can we give it back to the ecosystem? One thing that, you know, Cain converted. So I wasn't the strongest Muslim growing up, right? I was raised in a Pakistani household, right? Same. And Pakistan is a political country. It's literally India and Afghanistan.
Yeah, always punching on.
Yeah. So, long story short, I did a DNA test and I found out I have Egyptian blood, Burmese blood. So it's cool. I studied spirituality, read the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, the Tao Te Ching, the Bhagavad Gita. Read all of them just to compare.
Wow.
But as I grow up, as I become more mature, as I'm starting my divine family, I'm growing closer to. I never moved away from God. I moved away from religion, the way it was taught.
100%.
So now I'm coming back to God, moving to Dubai, seeing my friends, 3 or 4 of my close friends, all converted from outside religions, all converted. I'm like, damn, how are they more connected than I am? And then the thing that really stuck out to me was the donation part. In Islam, you got to donate 2.5% of your wealth.
100%.
So I'm like, so I personally don't drink. I donate. I try doing all this kind of stuff, right? So I'm like, essentially, these are pillars that Islam taught us anyway. And then you give back to the ecosystem. It's really good for the world. And you know, God's telling you whatever you donate, you give back tenfold.
100%. See, when it comes to religion, you know, like I'm a Muslim, and I believe in Allah. And most important is I believe if you're good with your faith and you're good to people and good to others and help and do sadaqah and pray, I think that that's the best that someone can do. At least they're getting closer to God, and that's what I do, man. That's exactly what I do.
I think it's a lot of times it's a connection between you and God. You know,
100%.
Most of the time, people, you know, even our parents didn't know any better. They were just teaching us the way they were taught. So they're kind of force feeding it down our throat.
Yeah, so like, I don't judge anyone else. Whatever they do, they do. I try to lecture someone if I see someone doing something wrong, but at the same time, man, it's between me and God. I do my part, and I feel like, you know, one day when I meet him, yeah, he can decide what he wants.
Absolutely.
You know?
The most important thing is, you know, you live a life of principles. You help, you take care of your mind, take care of your body.
100%.
Doing good in the world, putting
100%.
good energy out. Because a lot of people, they call it energy and spirituality, and it's the same thing. You know,
100%.
manifesting is the same thing. Putting out to the universe, praying, thinking like you already got it,
100%.
and then just doing good, right?
100%.
So with you being in Dubai, with, you know, religion being Islam, and the ecosystem you're building as a high value entrepreneur that is giving back to the global economy, what are a couple of things that you would teach, you would share with people that are listening that want to be in a similar position to you, and they want to be motivated, or they're stuck and they can't get to the next level? What would you tell them?
See, sometimes it's hard. There's some countries out there that if you're born in that country, unfortunately, like, you can't get out. It's very difficult. Like some people in Africa, some people in poorer countries, they can't even afford a ticket to get to Dubai. You know, so unfortunately, like, if you can try help those people, you can. But just being one person, you can't always help the world. It's very hard. But I feel like if they just put their mind to something in their country and focus on doing what they love and are hardworking and save their money and sort of. It's a bit difficult. It's a hard question. But like, I feel like if they stick to what they know, work hard in their country, save their money, look after their people, their family, and sort of grow the family together, because on your own is a bit hard in those poorer countries, and start like a family business, and they can achieve something. And it's a bit difficult. It's hard for them all to come to Dubai.
Of course.
You know?
One thing I learned was, like, take your first world money and take it to the third world and give it back into the environment.
100%.
One thing that Kane and I did, we built a bunch of water wells.
That's the best thing you can do.
And then we built a school, a little orphanage, a little one house.
Where did you build
system. Pakistan.
Pakistan, yeah.
Pakistan, just because
A lot of them are getting them done there.
Yeah. But you can do it anywhere that they need help. I mean, it doesn't matter, regardless of religion or ethnicity. Whatever you can
100%,
help. 100%.
You know? Anyone. They say, like, man, I hang out with every type of religion. You know, my friends are Christians, they're Orthodox and Muslims, Jews. They're all different type of religions. Each to their own. I don't bother anyone. I just do my little thing. I believe in my God, and I do what I want to do, and that's it. But like with those people, if you can help them, I help them. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, what race you are. It doesn't matter. They're all human at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Ever since I was a kid, I didn't tell the difference between race and religion and color. It was just, well, how's your soul look? Because the same thing a Muslim father teaches his sons, the same thing the Christian mother teaches his daughter.
100%.
And most of the time, most of the religions have the same message, right? People
100%.
argue about the message, the messenger. They argue about the messenger, but they forget the message.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So with Ahmed, with all the stuff going on in the world, you know, what are some things us as entrepreneurs can do to make a difference?
There's so much you can do, and there's so much you can't do. So unfortunately, you know, we can't do much on what's going on right now in the Middle East. The only thing we do is spread the message, you know, for world peace.
Share the truth.
Yeah, world peace. No one wants to die. No one wants to kill each other. There is always a bad or the rotten fruit in each country. There's always a bad politician. There's always people's opinion that cause these kind of issues. But I'm sure everyone just wants to live peacefully. You know, I want my son to grow up in a peaceful world, and I'm sure you want the same. I pray that everything gets better, and I pray that everything goes back to normalization and everything gets back to normal. That's all I can say, man.
So one of the big things with Principles Academy is teaching people how to be the principles of parenting, principles of fatherhood and motherhood, right? So let's talk a little bit about you and your relationship with your son.
My little boy, my little Zane, he's my world, man. Like, I'll do anything to keep that little boy happy and make sure he's in a good place at all times. And basically raising him, I'm always around him. I take him to school. I pick him up from school. Like, I like to be with him as much as I can. Even though I have a driver, sometimes the driver gets to my house. I'm like, hey, I'm taking him today. I'm bringing him home today. I spend as much time as I can with him because no one knows how much time we have on this planet. And I want to raise him sort of my way. You know, growing up, you know, my dad never used to take me to the sports. My dad used to no encouragement from my father in terms of, he wasn't a bad father. He was always busy working. So I didn't get a chance to go. You know, we come from a struggling family. We don't come from a rich family. So he had to work and provide for the family. So if I used to go to football or whatever, soccer we call it in Australia, he won't come and watch the games. He's at work, training, can't take me. He was never a motivating father because he was too busy trying to focus on...
He's busy on survival.
Yeah, on survival, And I want different for my son. Alhamdulillah, like, I'm in a financial position, which is good. So I sort of give a lot more time for my son because I want him to, like you said, money is important, but it's at the end of the day, you don't know how long you're here for. So for my son, he's in a routine. He's now 4.5 years. He doesn't even really eat candy. Everything is homegrown, organic, food's good. He's in bed by 8 o'clock. He's got school the next day. He's in a routine. He's very fit. He already knows all the car names, like I said, but he learns a lot for his age. He knows how to do things that other kids at his age can't do. Beautiful. Which is, alhamdulillah, is very good. You know, I've had a nanny since he was 2. So like, he knew his ABC at 2 years old. He knew how to count to 100 at 2.5. So like, he's a lot advanced for his age. And I want it to be that way because I want him to grow up. And even if he doesn't do rent a car, because I might not be doing it in 15 years from now, but like, at least have a business mind, and I can give him my wealth and say, hey son, here, take it, and I want you to show me what you can do. Like, I believe in my son.
Beautiful, man. It's not that you don't want to give him what you didn't have, you want to teach him what you didn't know.
100%.
That's the thing.
100%.
Because I relate to you on the father. My father was an amazing man, but he was always, he worked 7 days a week for 15 years. I never got to see him. I got 2 hours after dinner before I had to go to sleep for school.
100%, yeah. So, same. I think we have the same background, man.
Yeah. And I
think most average families and most people that have a day-to-day job, you know, like sometimes when I get home, when my wife tells me, oh, you didn't see your son today, you know, okay, man, I've been busy at work, you know. We don't argue about it, but she's like, oh, you're always working. I'm like, there's people that leave the house from 9 and don't come home till 6 p.m. Their son's already asleep. They don't see their son at all for maybe 6 days. They take him out on a Sunday. I'm with my son 7 days a week. Yeah, it's not the right timing sometimes, or it's a short time. At least I get to chill with my son. You know,
the fatherly presence, you can't beat it. There's nothing around that. That's why a lot of times people that grow up in poverty or other sides of the world with violence and this and that, they're missing the father figure role.
100%.
And that's a big issue of the demasculinization of men. Is 100%. They don't have a good father, good role model to look
100%.
up to. So they're looking up to the people that you wouldn't want
100%.
them looking up to. You know,
100%. Like, that's how I grew up. I grew up on the streets in Australia. It's completely different. I left school early, and you have to survive. You need to make money. You need to work. No one's there for you. Like, at least I'm there for him, and I can guide him my way, and I can guide him how to make money, how to grow a business, I give him my mentoring. And even if he wants to leave school when he's like 16, no problem. I won't push him to go to uni. Hey, you need to go to uni and study. Man, like, most of the people that have gone to uni, they're on a salary, man, like in 100K a year, 200K a year.
Well, they're stuck. They're stuck in the bubble, you know?
Yeah, they're stuck in the bubble.
Yeah.
That 9 to 5 sort of thing. I want him to be a boss. I want him to be a leader. I want him a man about principles, you know?
100%. So the way we teach our pillars is 3 pillars of principles, right? We have the principle of personal development. So that's what you're teaching your son now.
Yep.
The work hard, the well-roundedness, the ability to learn, you know, being quick on your feet, that kind of stuff, you know, and of course, love, loyalty, the bond,
100%.
Family. Then we go to health and spirituality.
100%.
Because we want to, a lot of people come to us and say, how can I make money? How can I make $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month? Well, let me see your habits first, because when the money comes, it's going to run away from you because you don't have that foundation.
100%.
So I think you're using, without even knowing the principles of, Principles Academy, you're using that same kind of infrastructure to take them to the next level.
There was a guy in the gym today telling me, that he wants to sell his car. One of my friend's friend is like, oh, my friend wants to sell his Lambo Urus. Like, oh, he's struggling to pay his rent. Like, why are you driving a Lambo if you're struggling to pay rent?
Wow.
Why are you buying a Lambo if you're still renting? Some people don't have principles. Some people don't have a brain. They think more show, like they just want to show off in the world and
wrong intentions.
Yeah, wrong intentions, and that's something I'm not about, man.
That's the same thing. Me and him, that's how we bonded, actually. Our priorities. We both had several chances to buy supercars,
100%.
but we haven't yet because 100%. We wanted to retire our moms.
Of course.
You know?
Even if it's not retiring your moms, it's like that money, once you're at a comfortable position, okay, go for it. No one says no, don't buy that supercar. But get ahead a bit first, like make a bit more money, feel a bit more comfortable. Like, especially if you're renting, you don't go buy a Lambo, man. You don't pay off your home first, man. Or if you're getting the Lambo on finance or leasing, okay, if you're in a comfortable position, you're on a good salary, you're making that money, you want to feel good because, you know, you never know when your time's up. I understand that. But like if you're buying a car with cash and you're still renting and you're struggling to pay rent, something's not right.
Well, we see there's a lot of times, actually, Kane says this pretty brutally, but when people have the wrong intentions and the wrong priorities, and they're taking care of their a girlfriend, or they're going to party every weekend 100%. And their mom's still working, so Kane kind of roasts them. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I have other guys that spend money on girls here, like their girlfriends and stuff, and they're only on a salary themselves. And it's like, man, hey, what are you doing, man? Save your money first. Get ahead first. But if you struggle for a while, struggle for that 6 months, struggle for that 1 year.
Struggle's
go
good
get
for
a shawarma
man.
for 9 dirhams, bro, from the shop down the road. Don't go spend on gold steaks. Like, save it. Don't go out on evenings with your friends if you have to. Sacrifice. My friends were clubbing till 4 a.m. while I was saving my money in Australia, and then 6 months down the track, oh, how did you get that car? I go, because you're partying, I'm working. I'm saving my money. There's nothing wrong with partying. I do party from time to time, but all in moderation, all in time, and most important, like, you know your wealth, and then you know, hey, I can afford that night out. Don't go struggle. Don't go throw money if you don't have it. Some people go put their children in schools and pay 50, 60K for the best school for their kids. They don't even have money to pay their rent. Like, man, slow it down a bit. Just
do that self-assessment.
Yeah, that little thing, they're crazy, man. Some people crazy.
100%.
They don't learn.
So let me ask you this, Ahmed. What does having principles mean to you?
Having principles to me is like, the most important, being a man of your word. That's the most important with anyone with principle. Like, I hate liars. I hate people that are shifty, shady. I like people that are straight up front, straight to the point. They don't like to waste time. That's my main principle, man. Loyalty. It's huge when it comes to principles. And if I say I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. Whether I'm going to get into trouble for it, whether I'm going to get a loss for it, whatever it's going to be. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. That's my main important principle.
Once you put it out, once your word is your bond.
My word is my word is my principle.
Love that. Yeah. Love that. Guys, I hope you took notes. I had my whole mental notes, my notebook in my head. So with that being said, this concludes the second episode of Principles Podcast, and we will be in touch.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you so much, bro. Hey, I learned a lot. That was awesome.
Yeah.